Right now, over 60% of America's electricity still comes from fossil fuels, and those fuels are getting more expensive, less reliable, and increasingly risky for our energy security. The U.S. is already facing record-breaking heatwaves, rising grid instability, and geopolitical supply threats. Non-conventional energy sources are no longer alternatives, they're becoming the backbone of a stable, future-proof American energy system. The conversation around energy in the United States has shifted from convenience to necessity. Non-conventional energy sources, primarily solar, wind, geothermal, tidal, biomass, and small-scale hydro, are stepping into a critical role as the nation works to reduce carbon emissions, strengthen its grid, and secure long-term economic resilience. Their importance is driven by environmental pressure, market demand, and strategic advantages that conventional fossil fuels simply cannot deliver. At the core of this shift is the sustainability challenge. Fossil fuels are finite, and the pace of their extraction has pushed the limits of environmental tolerance. Rising sea levels, wildfire frequency, and severe droughts have placed unprecedented strain on U.S. infrastructure and agriculture. Non-conventional sources, on the other hand, are naturally replenishing. Solar power, for example, remains the fastest-growing energy sector in the country, with installation costs dropping more than 70% over the past decade. Wind energy has become one of the most cost-competitive forms of electricity in states like Texas, Iowa, and Oklahoma. The environmental benefits are matched by economic upside, making renewable adoption a strategic win-win. Then there is the issue of energy independence. The United States imports massive quantities of crude oil, exposing the economy to volatile global markets. Price shocks caused by foreign conflicts directly hit American consumers through higher gas and electricity bills. Non-conventional energy reduces that vulnerability. When electricity is generated locally through solar farms, offshore wind arrays, or geothermal plants, the U.S. gains direct control over its energy supply. Decentralized renewable systems also strengthen national security by reducing the chances of grid-wide disruptions. Energy reliability is another differentiator. Traditional power generation involves centralized plants that are often decades old and vulnerable to natural disasters. As climate change accelerates, outages have become more common, from Texas winter blackouts to California wildfire shutoffs. Modern renewable systems allow for distributed generation, where energy production is spread across multiple points instead of one giant facility. This makes the overall grid more resilient. Advances in battery storage, especially lithium and solid-state technologies, now allow renewable power to remain available even when the sun isn't shining or the wind isn't blowing. From an economic standpoint, non-conventional sources have become job creation powerhouses. The renewable energy sector now employs more Americans than the coal industry. Solar installation, energy-efficient construction, and wind turbine maintenance are among the fastest-growing job categories nationwide. These industries also attract billions in private investment annually, boosting local economies and lowering energy costs over time. For homeowners, incentives like federal tax credits and state rebates have made rooftop solar more accessible than ever. Another major factor is technological innovation. As the U.S. pushes for modernization, emerging technologies such as advanced geothermal systems, tidal turbines, and bioenergy fuels are expanding the renewable spectrum. These innovations increase energy diversity, lower carbon intensity, and provide new pathways for reducing dependence on fossil fuels. The future U.S. energy landscape will be defined not by a single dominant source, but by a diversified portfolio of cleaner, smarter technologies working together. Public awareness is also playing a pivotal role. American consumers and businesses are more climate conscious, more efficiency-driven, and more willing to invest in long-term sustainability. Corporations such as Google, Amazon, and Apple are already operating on substantial percentages of renewable power, pushing national demand upward and accelerating the shift. Ultimately, the importance of non-conventional energy sources lies in their ability to protect the environment, stabilize the economy, and move the United States closer to a resilient and self-reliant future. They deliver cleaner air, healthier communities, lower operating costs, and stronger national security, all essential for long-term prosperity. If you care about America's energy future, now is the time to act. Support renewable initiatives in your community, choose cleaner power options when available, and stay informed about emerging energy technologies. The shift to non-conventional energy is already underway. Your voice, your choices, and your influence can accelerate it.